team analyzed the standard method for a barista to prepare hot coffee drinks. To give you a background on this process, it begins when the customer orders a drink. The barista then reads the ticket, retrieves the ingredients, makes the drink, and hands the drink to the customer. During the morning shifts, there are 2 baristas on staff, and in the afternoon, there is 1. The workspace is very small and can cause issues when there is more than 1 worker. To define the key goals of our project, we would like to decrease the barista's cycle time, decrease customer wait time, decrease barista's fatigue, and eliminate any non-value added steps. We'll be focusing mostly on the hot drink process, as this is the most common. The methods we will use will be to observe the work environment, interview key employees, do a time study, conduct a 3D SSPP and fatigue analysis, do a SketchUp model, and use MODAPs. A limitation of these methods is that we will be assuming the times we shadow reflect day-to-day data. From the key interviews, we learned 3 areas of frustration. First, with the refrigerator, as it is located quite low to the ground and is difficult for employees to reach. Also, when the refrigerator door is open, the walkway is blocked. In addition, it is unorganized and employees need to take out several items to retrieve the items in the back. The espresso machine is difficult to reach for the taller baristas. It only accommodates the shorter baristas and is sometimes difficult to see, and the taller baristas must bend over to use the machine. There is also a narrow workspace as the 2 counters are very close together. A limitation from these interviews is we were only able to speak to 3 employees, and it would not represent the opinions of all employees that work there. Next, we conducted a time study for 1 hour in the morning on Monday. There were 120 samples for 30-second intervals. On the right, you can see the breakdown of all the steps we analyzed. We will be focusing our analysis on making hot drinks. A limitation during the time study was that as it was a morning shift, the setup period was much longer than you'd see during the later shifts. We also only followed 1 of the 2 baristas working at that time.
This is the SketchUp of our current layout. As you can see in the top right here, there's an espresso machine. In the bottom left is the fridge that the baristas had a lot of complaints about. And as you can see on the right, this is the 95th percentile male, and on the left is the 5th percentile female. This encompasses a larger population, that's why we chose those. On the right, you can see that the espresso machine is out of the reach of the 95th percentile male, and in both of these, it's really hard to reach that bottom shelf of the fridge where the milk is located. We did a 3D SSPP on the low back compression. The milk jug is roughly 8.6 pounds and is being held in the right hand, and the total compression for the 50th percentile female is 2,403 newtons, and the 50th percentile male is 2,950 newtons. On the right, you can see a fatigue analysis on the percent of MBC. We did the right wrist, the left wrist, the hips, and the knees, and as you can see, the right wrist has higher fatigue because of holding the milk jug. We also conducted a MODAPs report. We started this when you grabbed a coffee cup, and we ended it handing the completed coffee drink to the customer. And the whole process takes roughly 353 mods, or 45.5 seconds. And the longest steps that we found were bending down to get the milk out of the fridge and walking to the counter behind them to retrieve the spoons and thermometers. We changed the layout to move the fridge to a higher level so that it's easier to reach and there's less bending. We moved the espresso machine to a higher level and over so that the 95th percentile male will be able to reach it easier, and we moved the syrups over to the right and the spoons and thermometers that were usually behind them to reduce the twisting and walking. And as you can see in our new SketchUp, the 95th percentile male on the right is being able to touch the key points on the espresso machine and in the fridge, and as well as our 5th percentile female. So just to review the benefits of our new layout, everything is now in the reach of both the 95th percentile male and the 5th percentile female. The MODAPs analysis, we lost roughly 9 seconds per drink. The 3D SSPP, we decreased the compression on the female by 1,260 newtons and on the male by 1,623 newtons. And for the 50th percentile male, we decreased the hip fatigue by 22% and 6% in the knees. And the 50th percentile female, we decreased the fatigue by 35% in the hips and 22% in the knees, as you can see in the chart on the right.